All right, let's talk about the most egregious crime of all. Kamala Harris and Tim Walsh talked about tacos, music, and the future of America. And boy, did the Republicans get mad at this. Holy f***, this has 1.3 million views in one day.
In America, we're a touchdown down. And I kind of like the idea of being a little bit behind.
Well, I'm looking at Coach Walsh right now. I'm looking at Coach Walsh.
I have white guy tacos and
what is
like
that?
black,
like mayonnaise and tuna? What are you doing?
pretty much ground beef and cheese.
That's okay. Do you put any flavor in it?
No.
Oh.
Here's the deal. No, they said to be careful and let her know this, that black pepper is the top of the spice level in Minnesota, you know.
I'm the first.
This is like the lightest, the absolute lightest type of like white humor that you can engage in. And also, Tim Walz is a white guy. So what the are these guys saying and doing? Crazy that a presidential candidate can just casually let out some blatant anti-white racism and nobody cares. Imagine if Donald Trump said a black guy taco was made with fried chicken and watermelon and nuclear meltdown. Oh my God. Oh, that's so good. I love that, dude. That is awesome. This is something that I'm so familiar with personally from all of the anti-white racism that I've demonstrated time and time again. The type of people that look at what Tim Walz said, a white guy, and then act like they are offended are so extremely rare that they are even rare online. Like, this is LSF shit. This is like trying to brigade a subreddit because you're deeply offended by someone using the term cracker, which, by the way, those exact same communities have over and over again turned around and defended a white person saying the N-word, mind you. And those orbiters of said communities have also defended that principle as well. Excuse me. But when a white person says the N-word, then, you know, as long as they're not saying it in a hateful manner, it's fine. That is an unimaginably rare phenomena. I love this. This is firmly within weirdo territory. You will not be able to find a white dude in the wild genuinely offended about this. Okay? You will not. This is a phenomena only online, because if you were to take this out to the marketplace and try to run a national campaign with this, even the most racist white people would look at you like, what the are you saying, dog? You're telling me, honest to God, that you are offended that a white dude said he has a white guy taco. Matt also did a video about this.
Anti-white bigots, Kamala Harris.
Yes. And so good. Hogwatch is so on. It is so goddamn on.
Tim Walz put out a very weird video yesterday. They sat down and I guess pretended to have dinner together or something. And I don't know what the point of the video was, but I guess the point was to show us that, oh, they're real people, just like you and me. Oh, look, they're eating a meal. I eat meals.
Oh, the white guy taco thing triggers all the trauma associated with whiteness. It is not okay. Exactly. Dude, oh, I love this so much. It is such manufactured outrage over such a nonsensical thing. Thank you for doing this.
They're just like me. I should vote for them. This is the quality I'm looking for in a leader. I want to know that this is someone who eats food.
Gaia,
so maybe that was the point. I don't know. But here's the video that Tim Walz posted to his social media accounts.
You've been absent all day, ma'am. Please.
I have white guy tacos and
what is
like
that?
black,
like mayonnaise and tuna? What are you doing?
pretty much ground beef and cheese.
That's okay. Do you put any flavor in it?
No.
Oh.
Here's the deal. No, they said to be careful and let her know this, that black pepper is the top of the spice level in Minnesota, you know.
I'm the first vice president, I believe, who has ever grown chili peppers.
I'm trying to expand my food knowledge.
You know, we've got some cantaloupes. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so now most people seem to be focused on the fact that this is so awkward and fake and lame, but
I'm more focused on the serious matter that I'm about to deliver to you, which is that an egregious crime has been committed. The worst crime of all time. I, Matt Walsh, a man who has on occasion defended white people saying the N-word, which, by the way, he has. This is not like unique to extremely online debate perverts like Destiny, who has also done a similar thing, the identical thing. Matt Walsh himself has also done this. It is phenomenal that this man who has, as a white guy, defended white people saying the N-word is now going to sit here and posture and act like he is offended that Tim Walz is making a meme about white people not handling spice. Wait, let's hear what Matt has to say about the N-word.
And it is, again, a decision that no one can logically or morally defend. You know, the idea that there's a word that cannot be uttered under any circumstance is completely insane. And it is not something that there is no other word in the English language.
He's not wrong. Stop being such a echo chamber to your shit. Thank you for being the lonely wolf in here who will defend what is right. Thank you. You're right. I am the echo chambered one, not you, a guy who will say anti-white racism is out of control. This was something that was tried leading up to the Trump campaign. It didn't work. Every single person that did the like white people are under attack, whites are under attack, anti-white racism is the real problem, all the way back in like 2016, they just have inoperative YouTube channels. Inoperative YouTube channels, we're talking like Stefan Molyneux, rugged white nationalists that lost their careers at this point because they just fell out of favor. But thank you. Thank you for doing the honest deed. Someone has to speak up. I don't agree to everything, but it's so that everyone hates everything. Someone's got to defend white people, man. I'm sick and tired of it.
There's other words that are slurs. There are words that we would consider vulgarity and profanity, and all kinds of words that I don't say on this show because we try not to use profanity and vulgarity on the show. I don't think you should use words.
To be fair, Asman doesn't say white people can use the N-word. He just says anti-white racism is a big problem. Yeah, Asman doesn't go to that length, I don't think.
That you shouldn't use around kids and so on, and all kinds of words like this. But there's no other word that we would say, well, under no circumstance at all can it even be uttered, even in the context of quoting somebody. And certainly there's no other word where we would say, well, judging on your skin pigment, if it's this shade, you can't say it at all under any circumstance. But if it's a little bit of a darker shade, then say it all the time and it's totally fine. So there's no context where it can be said over here. There is no context where it can't be said over here. And we are going to decide that based on how dark your skin is. Makes no sense. And I think we all are aware of that.
I love that, dude. Just say it then. He said it is immoral and illogical for white people not to be able to say the N-word. Oh, it's so sick. Anyway, that very same guy is now genuinely upset. He's so upset. He is the most upset. Why? Because white people are under attack.
Everyone's skipping over the more important point, which is that a presidential candidate just casually dropped anti-white racism in the middle of what was supposed to be a lighthearted video. You know, Tim Walsh says that he makes white guy tacos, and Kamala says, what is that, mayonnaise and tuna? Like, that is anti-white racism. That's what that is. And if you don't believe that, right, if you think that I'm overstating the case, all right, well, just imagine it the other way. Imagine a black guy says to Donald Trump, I make black guy tacos. And Donald Trump says, oh, what is that, like fried chicken and watermelon? Maybe sprinkle some Kool-Aid powder over top?
Yeah, he's trying to, dude, this is so funny because this is fun for him. He's like, this is a way for him to think that he has permission to be racist in this regard for simply a thought experiment, you know? Oh yeah, black guys, they love fried chicken and waffles. Oh, like that's literally all this is. Every time there is a white person who is defending the white race, okay, which is a socially developed phenomena and has expanded. What means to be white is expanded throughout time, okay? It just means the in-group with proximity to actual power. If you want to know more, watch my YouTube video where I say white people do not exist. Okay, it's like a 15-minute video. You'll figure it out immediately. But every single time there's a white guy defending the white race and talking about anti-white racism, they always have to tie it back to how white people can't be racist to other races. Is up. That is the real problem for them.
How do you think everybody would react to that? What do you think the reaction would be? Nuclear meltdown. Literally. I mean, they would probably shoot a nuclear missile at Donald Trump for that. They would execute him via nuclear attack if you were to say something like that. I mean, the outrage would be so immense, we would never hear the end of it.
The question is, would you be mad at that? Considering that you came up with this on your own as a thought experiment, it seems like you wouldn't be mad at that. So why are you mad at this in the other way around? Are you just simply mad at the hypocrisy? Is that what it is, Matt? Because I'm pretty sure you would defend it. I don't need to even, suspect that you would defend it. You're literally voluntarily bringing it up in this hypothetical.
For years after, they would solemnly refer to 8/16, right? We'd have January 6th. Do you remember 8/16? I remember where I was on 8/16, the day of the fried chicken and watermelon taco.
Dude, what are you talking about, dude? Donald Trump has said like insane shit over and over again about black people. Like, what do you mean? He just built up a hypothetical and now he's just so invested in like this hypothetical causing uproar. Like, Donald Trump literally goes on stage every day and is like, literally every Mexican you've ever laid eyes on is a monster. And he's like, what if Donald Trump was hypothetically racist? I mean, they would use a nuclear weapon to kill him. What planet are you living on, dude? He literally popped off at the National Association of Black Journalists by starting off with Kamala Harris, a black woman, is not really a black woman. She turned black. Like, that's what he started off with. This motherfucker literally said immigrants are poisoning the blood of the nation. That is just pure Hitler. It's not even Hitlerian. It's just Hitler. And you're over here being like, wow, imagine if Donald Trump was racist. An unimaginable reality for me, a guy who defends Donald Trump's racism every day.
They would be weeping in the street. They would build statues and memorials to the lives.
Oh my God, he's still going. He's still going.
Lost because of the taco joke. KFC and Kool-Aid companies would come out and denounce Trump over this. So would every watermelon distributor in the country. And we all know that.
Man, what a riot. This guy's funny, man. That's 3 uninterrupted minutes of him now going off on this tangent.
This is another one of those things where, like, there are people that are going to clip this. They're going to take this clip of me saying that the comment from Kamala Harris was anti-white racism, and they're going to try to present it as though it's just like on its face absurd. And yet even they know that what...
No, it is. It is absurd. You already know it's absurd.
I'm saying is 1,000% true, because you damn well know that comment the other way, it wouldn't even be a discussion about whether...
Yes, dude. Yes, of course. Of course it is. Like, one is racist. The other one is literally not even a pejorative, not even dismissive. You are out of your goddamn mind, okay?
Whether it's racist. It would be considered the most racist thing a president has ever done, including the president.
You know what's funny about this? Donald Trump is so fucking racist. If he made it like a waffle, a fried chicken and watermelon joke, it wouldn't even be in like the top 10.
That the watermelon fried chicken trope for black people is actually significantly less racist than what Kamala said. Because black people have a reputation for liking fried chicken and watermelon, because that's something that actually does come out of black culture. Black.
Yeah! Bruh. Dude, he's so he is lit, dude. He is lit. He is going crazy, dude. What the Bro, it's like the clown meme when you watch the guy step by step putting on clown makeup, but instead of clown makeup, step by step, he's putting shoe polish on his face. Like, he's just painting his lips. Like, he is step by step literally getting more and more like he's doing blackface. It's just every step of the way. Oh my God. Dude, he said this hypothetical scenario that I made up in my mind where Donald Trump is like making jokes about black people loving fried chicken and watermelon is actually not even as racist as Kamala Harris saying white people tacos, which is a thing. It's the most racist. Actually, imagine if Donald Trump would say the N-word. Imagine, with a hard R, when referencing a black person. Okay, now imagine that. Now that wouldn't be racist. That wouldn't even be anywhere near as racist as Kamala Harris and what she just did, the crime that she committed. Actually, I just realized, imagine if he said that. I would like that, actually. I think that that's not racist at all. I really would like him to say that. Sir, please say the N-word with a hard R, please. Please, sir. Why won't you say it? You would really be proving a point. Oh my God.
To the fact that the watermelon fried chicken trope for black people is actually significantly less racist than what Kamala said. Because black people have a reputation for liking fried chicken and watermelon, because that's something that actually does come out of black culture. Black comedians make jokes about that kind of stuff all the time.
What the fuck? Bro. Oh, bro's arguing like a 12-year-old. You know how like 12-year-olds would be like, what do you mean? Why is that racist? Don't you like watermelon? How is that racist? Oh my God. Oh, this is the worst, dude. It's so stupid. It's like not even a thing that Trump said, by the way. Remember, this is an argument that he started making. Like, this was his own hypothetical. Oh, the brilliant. This guy is awesome. He's just cooking for real. Wow. I don't get it. Black people make those jokes all the time. Okay, Tim Walsh is making a white guy joke as a white guy. Why are you bent? Oh, this is so awesome. Look, I understand the historical relevance as to why, like the historical context of violence and subjugation that that comes along and is a reminder when you say the N-word, and that is the obviously good reason as to why, you know, non-black people should not say the N-word. But honestly, even if it didn't exist, if it pissed off the likes of Matt Walsh to not be able to say it, I would still be on board with not being able to say it. Like, even if there was no chattel slavery, no history of that whatsoever, and for some random weird reason, everybody just collectively decided non-black people can't say the N-word, just if it pissed off Matt Walsh this much, I would still be on board because it's awesome. It's so great. In his mind, there is no relevance. In his mind, that is the reality. He just thinks like the N-word is just mean words. He just genuinely thinks, like a lot of racist white guys actually think like, I don't get it. Like, why are you so offended? It's just a word. Why are you so offended? It's just a word that makes you feel bad. Like, that's it. They don't comprehend like the historical significance of it. I mean, I think many of them do. They're just like being silly and arguing like this, but it's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome that he is this bent out of shape, dude. Change that reality for some reason. But here, I'll give you more historical examples. Whiteness being a political concept and one that has expanded throughout time. If you go far back in time, you will recognize that Benjamin Franklin famously considered even Germans to be not white. Here is the passage. The Swarthy Germans passage from Benjamin Franklin. I read this yesterday. Why should the Palatine Boers be suffered to swarm into our settlements and by herding together establish their language and manners to the exclusion of ours? Why should Pennsylvania, founded by the English, become a colony of aliens who will shortly be so numerous as to Germanize us instead of our Anglophone? You missed this look? You're delusional, dude. Come on, I look so much better now. Anyway.
That sort of joke comes from a place of recognition and affection, really. Like, it's not offensive. There's nothing offensive. Fried chicken's great. Who doesn't like fried chicken? Yeah, it's on the level of like making a joke about how Asian people are good at math. It's like, yeah, it's stereotypical. They're not all good at math, but it's not bad to be good at math. It does come from a place of like, a lot of them are good at math.
Yeah, all of this ultimately stems from Matt Walsh just like wanting to be racist and being upset that he can't be racist because of some like secret societal reason, and then continuing to just like bring up stereotypes of every race. It's awesome. He's just like, oh, I'm just doing it in a hypothetical. I'm doing it as a hypothetical. I'm doing this as a hypothetical. This is the classic phenomena, the Huckleberry Finn phenomena, okay? This is a classic white guy thing to do. White people love looking for like a theoretical scenario where they can just like talk about different like racial stereotypes, thinking that like nobody realizes what they're trying to do. Yeah, no, it's great, man. Thanks.
On the other hand, the mayonnaise thing for white people it's purely spiteful and hateful. There's not any kind of affection in it. There's not any kind of recognition.
This is literally, oh my God, this is the destiny argument. Aren't they all Kamala riders now because that's the Democratic Party's choice? I wonder how they feel. I wonder if they feel conflicted because like this is bar for bar the same argument. Oh, Kamala Harris is an anti-white racist, just like I am an anti-white racist, and I put some stink on it when I'm actually talking about white people and I'm actually being offensive to white people, like deliberately offensive to white people, which is more racist than being like regular racist as a white guy against like black people or Asian people. This is amazing. Like verbatim, bar for bar.
It's not something that actually comes from white people or white culture. White people don't actually have any special affinity for mayonnaise. There's not any, like, it doesn't come from, you talk to white people, they're like, you know what, I love mayonnaise. Doesn't happen. It's not a thing. The mayonnaise trope, it comes from like the most spiteful corners of black Twitter. Yeah, that's where you'll find those kinds of jokes.
What?
They'll refer to white people as the mayonnaise people, that kind of thing. I mean, it's
okay. First of all, let's be real. I is a very white trope of mine, but like I like mayo. And like, no, white people do love mayo. Like, that's crazy for sure. Like, I don't know why he's over here being like, oh, the mayo trope, where did that come from? It must be some of the most spiteful corners of black Twitter. Yeah, dude, black Twitter invented the joke that white people like mayo. The The reason that black people are associated with watermelons is because former slave owners were smearing freed enslaved people who had taken to growing watermelons to sell. Yeah, it's also like a part of the racist, cartoonish depiction of black stereotypes as well. So anything that is associated with that is obviously still going to have that same similar like white supremacist resentment. Like that's it. That's where it comes from.
It's a dumb insult. It's really stupid, but it's quite like spiteful. It's just like a hateful, we hate you and don't like you kind of joke. So it is an insult that some black people came up with to make fun of white people. It's not good-natured or friendly or grounded in any kind.
Dude, he's literally just butthurt. Oh my God, he's such a little baby, dude. He just said all stereotypes for all non-white races are true and good and valid, except for white people in mayo. Oh my God.
Affection or recognition at all. So what Kamala said is worse. It's significantly worse, and yet it barely raises an eyebrow.
This is the greatest 5 minutes and 52 seconds I've watched of Matt Walsh. I want more of this. I want to see him like get mad at other like anti-white racism moments. Like it's awesome. This is from 12:41 p.m. today, and it's got 1,000 likes. It didn't even hit in his own audience. Oh, it's so good.
And I get that. I understand why you get tired of pointing it out, but what's the other option? To just let it go?
He's doing silence is violence. I didn't even realize it gets better. It gets better, dude.
And the double standard on these things is so pronounced and so obvious and so in our face and so pervasive that even a lot of conservatives get tired of pointing it out. And I get that. I understand why you get tired of pointing it out, but what's the other option? To just let it go?
Yeah, don't ever let it go. No, Matt, please don't ever let this one go. Please make this the peak of your political commentary. You should spend every waking moment being an advocate against anti-white racism.
I can't let it go. I'm not going to let it slide. Like, someone has to point it out. The other option is to just allow it and be okay with it and pretend that it's not happening when we all know that it is. And that's not an option that I find especially, it's not something that I want. I don't.
Yeah, this, chalk this up for another reverse 2016. This is another one of those reverse 2016, reverse identity politics. Just want to point that out. We are now in reverse 2016 territory once again.
For what it's worth, I have to point out that's anti-white racism from Kamala Harris. It just is. We all know it. Everyone knows it. Go ahead and deny it. Doesn't matter. You're a freaking liar if you deny it.
Oh, this is the other part. White people who think green chilies are spicy are mad. Walsh pointed out white men don't like spicy. 1010 great community note. That's another part of this equation that I forgot. This isn't cute. Walsh is being used like a clown to mock white people. If Walsh doesn't like the spicy food, that's fine, but it has nothing to do with being a white guy. It's like a minstrel show lampooning white Midwest stereotypes. Yes, it's a stripping of human dignity movement. Incredible. There was more here. Hold on. See, folks, it's so funny that white people hate spices. Not racist at all, just funny. Fact check. Fact check. Europeans like spices so much that they literally got involved in several hundred-year wars in order to determine the control of the spice trade. Yeah, the whole joke is that they never use it in their goddamn food, dumbass. That's the whole point. That is literally the joke. I can't believe you did a fact check. Again, not hitting, bro. Not hitting. 3.9 thousand likes. It ain't hitting, big dog. This is not even hitting on Twitter, which is the everything app. I have a massive issue. What is this? With Hassan being white and being a Turk. I'm a pale Indian and I ain't white no matter how white my skin is. Most white people don't even know what turmeric or cumin is. Yeah, I mean, that's what's like funny about this, obviously, is like what they were fact checking the and apparently some of the fact checks included people posting his goddamn recipe. Tim Walsh has like a recipe for like a pot roast or whatever. I don't know, some like white guy food. But in it, apparently he uses onion powder, garlic powder, and chili peppers. They literally were like, bro, see? He lied. He uses peppers. He uses actually spices in his food. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Oh my God. 700 whole likes, bro. Not hitting. Tim Walsh's turkey taco dish, hot dish recipe. Yes, he's even lying about spices. The spices are paprika, chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, bro. That's the most basic introduction. What do you mean? It's already a joke, but people are like doubling down on the joke and ironically making it a reality. Like you're proving the point of the joke. Oh, this was the other aspect of it that I found very funny. In her latest campaign video, Kamala Harris wrongly claimed to be the first vice president to ever grow chili peppers. Thomas Jefferson was growing them in 1767. Now, if I'm a white dude, okay, and I know Ben Jacobs is, I think, British originally, pick a struggle. But if I'm a white guy doing news and commentary in the United States of America, I probably wouldn't be bringing up the founding fathers and growing crops in general, because I just don't think that they were doing doing that, like personally, you know what I mean? It's something that most people, you know, don't like to think about. Just, you know, with respect to people like Thomas Jefferson, just think, man, think. Look at this fact check in the replies. Yeah. Was he growing them? Yeah, exactly.
But she hasn't sat down in 26 days, but she did release a video of Tim Walsh.
Oh, so there is an interview.
They're interviewing each other.
Oh, fantastic.
Watch a little clip of this.
I have white guy tacos and
What is
like
that?
black.
Like mayonnaise and tuna? What?
Dude, am I crazy? I could watch this all day, bro. I swear to God. I could watch Republicans get mad at like anti-white racism all day. It's so fun for me.
What are you doing?
Pretty much ground beef and cheese.
That's
and,
okay. Do you put any flavor in it?
No.
Oh.
They said to be careful and let her know this, that black pepper is the top of the spice level in Minnesota.
Black pepper.
Well, but why is Kamala an expert on tacos? Well, I mean, good point. That's your takeaway?
I ain't going
Yeah,
there.
I mean, like, she's dunking on him about tacos.
Yeah.
Right. What is she? I mean, I don't understand her
Will
expertise
is so
on
desperate
tacos.
for some unscripted moments.
And then
that
she went with, wait, he's white. Did she say white guy tacos or tuna and mayonnaise?
Well,
He
that
said,
wasn't the
he
worst
said white
part.
guy tacos.
And then she said, what is that? Tuna and mayonnaise?
Tuna and mayonnaise,
She
yeah.
couldn't even really get to what album she really likes and why. She just says all of it.
They talked about
All of
music.
it.
He says he's Bruce Springsteen. She said Aretha and Miles, and
All
she
of
gave a few. Yeah, then they talked about cars. He owned an orange Chevy Camaro. That was his first car with an 8-track. And so it was just we learned nothing.
First of all, you can't say, I mean, the producer's like, no issues. I'm going to get to the
Exactly,
issue.
no issues.
But it's also, it doesn't make any sense. You don't say Aretha Franklin and say all of them. You don't put the greatest or Miles Davis and say, yeah, all of the artists as well. It's like they're the greatest for a reason. But again, even when she has just simple human moments where she should be able to go back and forth.
She's not natural.
She's just terrible,
Everyone on
man.
social media was saying this was fake, this was scripted, this was phony, and they said you can't do interviews, so you have to talk to each other.
They want to create chemistry. These two were born to run together.
Can I just confess, though?
Dude, the less that they do interviews, the more these guys are just like trying to grab on to anything and everything. Like, this is just like normal campaign shit, man. It's supposed to be like an introduction to show that like the vice president and the presidential candidate are like just vibing like normal people. I don't understand how they're like this upset about it, especially when they're not getting upset about the anti-white racism as much. Like, please keep yelling about that. That's unfortunately the difference between like the Ben Shapiro and the Matt Walsh types who are online, so they will at least like have to say something about anti-white racism versus like most of the, I guess, more normal conservative commentators who were just like, yeah, whatever, this is lame.